Hey everybody, it's David at Carolina Luthier, and we're going to start a few videos here showing a real cool project that just came in last week. This here is a 1925 Vega Style M Tenor Conversion. So this banjo started its life as a 4-string tenor banjo, but nobody plays tenors anymore, so somebody at some point put a 5-string neck on it. And what I'm going to be doing here with this is actually putting another 5-string neck on it, because whoever did this conversion years ago didn't really do all that great a job on it, and the owner of this banjo would like a few more modern features with this banjo, and just built more to his playing style and his hands, and just more to what he likes. It's not original anyways. But this neck was very poorly fitted to the rim. There's a little aluminum shim here to kind of help hold it together, and some black filler of some sort there. That could easily be fixed, but it's just not his style of neck, what he wants. He wants a much thicker neck, which a lot of modern old-time players do. And I like a skinny neck, but a lot of people like a little bit heavier neck profile. This is a typical Vega, very thin, skinny neck. So we're going to go with a little bit thicker neck on this. They also requested it be an A scale. Now, a lot of modern old-time players, 90% of what they do is fiddle tunes, which means mostly playing in the key of A and D, which in standard tuning for clawhammer, for the most part, is double C tuning. So most guys will tune their banjo double C and just leave the capo on it most of the time when they're playing. So a lot of modern luthiers are building banjos a little bit shorter scale, so you can tune it a step higher to a double D, which is much better for those keys, and just leave it there and not have to use a capo all the time. So he wants that a little bit shorter scale length. Also wants a frailing scoop, another kind of modern feature you see with old-time banjos. That's kind of weird, modern, old-time, but the last several frets will be removed, or just won't be installed in the first place, and be a little bit of a scoop, a little bit dished out right here, so that you can play his hand over the end of the fretboard like a lot of modern old-time players like to do. It's not something you see on historical banjos, but it is a very common feature that makes playing right there over top of the fretboard much easier. You can get your hand up under the string to pluck it, and it just works a lot better. And also, he wants the neck to be made of mahogany. Vegas traditionally are maple, usually a 2-piece maple neck, technically 3 because there's a little strip of ebony down there. But for the sake of a warmer tone, he wants it to be mahogany. And you know, it's going to be stained to match anyways, but so we might as well do whatever he wants. And finally, his just personal taste wants a little bit plainer. Usually when people do a tenor conversion like this, they do like this guy did. They basically copy the same inlays of the original tenor neck, just in a 5-string format. All these inlays, this is a pretty much exact match for a Vega Style M Tubaphone, though they're not done very well. If you look at them closely, these inlays are kind of sloppy. But we'll do it much neater. And he wants a more plain style, so we're going to go, still kind of keep it Vega-ish looking, but we're going to go with a more plain style. Just a star at the head and dots. And possibly may put the Vega name up on the top. And create a very simple, old-timey looking banjo, which is what he wants. But with the Tubaphone sound, the sound of a vintage, legit 20s Tubaphone tone ring, which, you know, original 5-string Tubaphones are kind of pricey and hard to find. Tenors are a lot more common, because at the time this banjo was made, tenors were actually probably better sellers than 5-strings by far. That's why original pre-war 5s can be stupid expensive. But this is a common thing that's done a lot in the banjo world. We see it in the bluegrass world as well as old time. The bluegrass is done with, you know, vintage master tones, vintage Gibsons, you know, and typically with Vegas with the old time world. And you know, I may do work on just about any kind of instrument there is. I mainly advertise guitars because that's the bigger market, but I'm a banjo guy at heart, and specifically I am really a clawhammer guy, even more than bluegrass, although I love both. So this is just the kind of stuff I just live for, is doing stuff like this. So this is going to be really cool. And first thing I got to do is we're going to have to take this thing apart. We're going to take this old neck off, which banjos are bolted together. There's not glued, but there's some weird filler here, so I'm not sure if this is what's going to happen when I take this off. We're going to take it apart, and we'll get us a nice piece of mahogany, and we'll make a new neck to the specs that the owner wants. So go and get started.
Okay, so you can see we already have the strings took off here. And you see how this thing is attached. This is an older style banjo with a dowel stick construction. A lot of modern banjos, pretty much any resonator banjo will have metal coordinator rods, just metal rods that give you some adjustment in neck angle at which it attached. But this is the older style, which is still used by a lot of old-time banjo builders, with a wooden stick called referred to as the dowel, which is glued into the neck, and you have this bracket here. This is different styles of brackets. This is Vega's, which is pulling it up against the rim. And one good thing this guy did do, who did the conversion, is he saved the original dowel stick, because this has all of the information in the style. You have a serial number here, so it's good that that is original. So we're going to save that. We're going to have to remove this from this neck and put it in our new neck. And hopefully, once we unscrew this and also unscrew this screw here, it should slide right out. I mean, it might be a little tight, but it should come right out. There's some weird filler here, but it's also cracked, so I'm hoping it's not holding it together. So hopefully it will come right out. Then we're going to go ahead and take these screws out. It will help here for Thunderbolt, and hopefully it will come right out. Pin, bracket, extra homemade aluminum shim here. And now I'm going to take a punch and turn this screw like that. Oh, lovely. We have an extra wood screw down in here. Apparently we attached the original dowel with this wood screw. That was brilliant. Oh, that's fun. Did do a little bit of damage to the rim when we go in there, but I think I'll bracket it like that. Oh, it's great. Well, this should come right out. It's definitely loose. Okay, so now we got the neck off. I had to stop it because it took a little longer than that. It took a few minutes of wiggling to get this to break loose. And now we can really see just how crudely this was done. Some sort of putty or wood filler, fill in all these gaps. So this is obviously done with a Dremel tool, not hand fitted to the rim. And you can see the hole where the wood screw went in to both attach it to the rim and to attach the dowel stick to the neck. So now we got to get this stick out. And it's loose. I can move it, so I think I'm just going to see if I can break it loose. I'm going to have to apply some heat. We'll get it out. Let's see if we can get this off. It's already wiggling, so I think we can just kind of break it loose. So. It's coming. There it goes. And it's off. We've saved the original dowel, all of the markings and the serial number and all that stuff on there. So I'm going to put this on our new neck. And you can see we got it all took apart. We're ready to go. So next thing to do, we'll get our new neck. This nice piece of mahogany and we'll get started on that.